It's November 17th, and this is the good news. And, you know, I was going to be really professional in this edition, but, you know, I mean, the technical staff here is just sucks. I mean, I already went through 3/4 of the goddamn news, and then I find out I'm not mic'd. I mean, you know, how can people run businesses like this? I mean, these idiots, these fucking morons can't figure out that, yeah, well, you better mic the guy who's reading the fucking news. It's just so irritating. And, you know, I got my hair combed, I'm all ready. I mean, you know, I'm under a lot of ratings pressure. I mean, I get the lowest ratings on the network. And, you know, and then these guys can't even mic me properly. It's just such bullshit. So anyway, okay, let's all right, on to the news again for the second time. First time done in secret. Okay, Army, lots of deserters. Yes, apparently the desertion rate in the Army is up 80% since 2003. It's probably like, you know, there was 1,000 and now there's 80% would be like 1,800 or whatever. You know, it's a lot, and you know, I guess 80%, but it seems reasonable. We're fighting a very stupid war in a really nasty place. I mean, it's really no fun going to Iraq, you know? I mean, yeah, there's no, you can't like pillage and rape and all that kind of stuff over there. They're very, you know, don't touch the women, don't do this, don't, you know, there's, you know, no alcohol. I mean, lots of rules over there. You know, not a fun place to be. Hot and sandy and, you know, and then they do that, oh, 5 or 6 times a day. The guy's doing all that funky talking shit and loudspeakers and, yeesh. Sure give me the creeps. So yeah, and then the shooting part right there, I'd be deserting right there, you know. What, you want me to shoot people? No, I'm not going to be doing that. What, I'm shooting them, why? Because they're on their property and I'm fucking around in their country? No, I don't think I'm going to shoot them for that. So anyway, next story. But then I wouldn't volunteer to go. Idiots. Okay, so yeah, this is a news story. They call this a news story. The Democrats have failed to end the war. Well, big surprise there. You know, and so just to be, you know, just to exert some sort of, you know, anti-war message, they're going to push off the budget for the war till the beginning of the year, you know, till the next budget cycle, just so they can cause the Pentagon a little bit of a financial panic, you know. And so that's their big solution to us being in an illegal war, is to delay funding it. So, way to go. So there was a U.S. air assault on the Al-Qaeda and some Iraqis. That's how they described it, you know, the rebels. Yes, made up the people defending their homeland. And part of the excuse for this little initiative we went on, you know, in the desert, was to, apparently we must add some information that a couple of our missing soldiers have been missing for 6 months are there, and I don't think they're doing very well. They've probably lost like 90% of their body weight. I mean, they're probably mummies by now. 6 months? Come on. You're not going to recover anything worth recovering. You know, sorry for the dead, but whatever. You volunteered, you asshole. You get what you get. I have no empathy for people who voluntarily go kill people. No, you know, you have to drag me off the war. I'm not going voluntarily. Anyway, Giuliani, you know, does the I'm going to lie like through my teeth to get some votes. And so he's been doing all this conservative talk, you know. So he met with some conservative lawyers and reassured them he's going to put as nutty a conservative as he can find on the court. You know, I'll find a guy, yeah, he doesn't believe in evolution, maybe even a flat earther. Maybe Giuliani could actually find a flat earther to put on the Supreme Court of the United States. You know, and so he's reassuring them that, yes, I'll put a complete idiot, a colossal moron on the Supreme Court of the United States. And that earns him votes. You see, that's the way you win elections. But we all know Giuliani doesn't believe any of this shit anyway. Who the hell knows what he'd do when he's president? Oh, he's just such a fucktard. You know, I mean, oh, God, you know, ugh, it just gives me the creeps to even think about it. You know, but, oh yeah, and the other thing he did in his speech, he ridiculed any, you know, effort to take, you know, the God crap out of the Pledge of Allegiance. You know, I mean, what is that? I mean, it's, you know, I mean, it's just, you know, people are dying in wars, all this bullshit, and this is the kind of crap people worry about. So we've still got to say, we've got to make our kids say that damn God word. Got to make them say it. Got to make them affirm their disbelief in it. Whether they believe it or not, they got to say the fucking word. That's the important thing. Saying the fucking word. That's what God wants. God wants you to say the fucking word. And, you know, God's letting all this crap happen that's in the fucking news. And that's what God is, you know. Got to say the word, though. Really sad story about this, you know, these, you know, people suck, you know, and, you know, there's a story, this little lonely girl, she has a MySpace account, so she has some crappy friends that are neighbors, and they contrive a fake friend, and, you know, just play with her human life, play with her dignity, and then they, you know, just for the kicks, they try to break her little heart, and they effectively do it, and she hangs herself and dies the next day, which really sucks. I mean, you know, it's bad enough killing yourself. It's really bad if you know, can't even do it reliably. And it's just, you know, it's just such a sad story. I mean, why people have to play these fucking games, why they have to mess with each other's personal fucking lives. I mean, Jesus, I mean, this is, I know it's not murder, but I mean, these people, I mean, caning, whatever, I mean, they just deserve, there's got to be some kind of punishment for that kind of behavior. This fucking lying, this culture of liars and cheaters and, you know, fucking spammers and, oh, there's the bullshitters. I mean, there's got to be somebody who says, wait a minute, this is not the way we want to live. We just don't want to live with a bunch of fucking malicious, lying fucks. Ugh, disgusting. People suck. Another story that really this isn't a news story, but I mean, it's an important, you know, it's important in context, but I mean, you know, there's a story, okay, people come home from house, you know, they open the door, neighbor's pit bull runs into their house, attacks the cat, the woman takes a knife and stabs the pit bull, and that's how they describe the story. Woman stabs pit bull. Well, actually, the pit bull didn't need any medical attention, none. So I guess she didn't stab it very effectively. And, you know, the cat did die, which is horrible, too. But this whole pit bull thing really bugs me. You know, I know there's people who take that, oh, yeah, I saved a pit bull, you know, even a virtual Holocaust asshole. But, you know, these are not mentally stable dogs. It's a breed. They really aren't. They don't have a reputation for no reason. I mean, I thought, you know, before I got attacked by one, that, yeah, okay, it's just a dog. It's no worse than the rest of them. But it is. I mean, by my own personal experience, verified the rumors you hear. Because I've been bitten by a lot of dogs. I used to deliver newspapers, and, you know, when I was a kid, and, yeah, dogs would bite you. And they'd run up to you and bark, and then they'd bite you in the ass, they'd bite you in the leg. But these pit bulls, when I got attacked by a pit bull, it was going through my throat. It actually went brushed right against my face. It was going for my face. I was just lucky to turn it out of the way just in time. Ended up biting my shoulder. You know, I finally got off my shoulder, and it bit me in the leg, and it bit me. It was just, you know, and it was just incredibly vicious attack. And it just came so close to destroying my life. And it's just, you know, and so people are playing with fire. This is not a breed. There should be a restriction. It should be a different kind of license you get to own a dog like this, because people have to take precautions. They can't allow it to go running into neighbors' houses and killing shit. It's really irritating. People and their fucking dogs. I mean, they're killer dogs. Okay, next. Okay, there was one of those hurricanes, you know, they call them cyclones down there in Bangladesh. Like they don't need more trouble, you know. And they say 1,000 or 1,200 are dead, but you know that number's going to go like 20,000 because, you know, there's so many poor people and they're not accounting for, and who they washed out into the friggin' ocean, who knows. So, you know, but it's just, yeah, but, you know, God, I mean, really, think about it for a minute. Cyclone, he figured out exactly who's going to kill. It's all God's will. So he figured out ahead of time who he's going to kill when the cyclone hits. I mean, it's just so stupid that this is how he you know, self-determines our lives for us. You know, it exercises his will. Yeah, bullshit. There's no will here. There's just a nature and the crude forces that just don't give a shit about us. They don't have any compassion. They just roll their storms and just do their damage, and that's it. And life's tough and cruel, and we've got to make it civilized. We've got to make it better. Can't be waiting for no fucking God to do it. Because obviously the bastard just doesn't give a damn. Kerry. Okay, you know the guy who ran against Bush? Well, look at that. Ran out of time. So, no more news. Okay, good for me, bad for you. Maybe bad for you. Probably not bad for you.